Hey guys, so we're back, and in the last video we talked about the WordPress, setting up the WordPress post and things like that, and I didn't go too far deep into it and how to create it and things like that because, to be honest, it's a lot of information out there on how to create your own WordPress site, so I didn't feel like I should spend that much time on that because what we really want to know is how to connect to it, right? From Gatsby. So if you need to see any more information on WordPress, on how to create a WordPress, how to make a WordPress, I'll eventually have a WordPress series set up, and then you can learn from there, or you can just basically go to other tutorials and learn from them as well. So it's good to learn from different people. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to start setting up our Gatsby Node.js. So we're going to need a few things here in order to start populating our projects here in this placeholder that I have here, right? So we're going to need to work on our Gatsby node file, and then we're going to need to create a template folder that is going to hold a template for whenever you click on this Explorer, it could open a page that is going to show all of the content of the post in it. So that one page is going to be that template that is going to be auto generated in every click for every. So if you have 12 of these, it will open that template for each of them. It doesn't generate 12 pages in your website. There's a difference. It doesn't. It's still the same page being reused for each of these posts anytime you use one of them. So like in my example here, this right here, I don't know exactly how many I have here, but this doesn't mean that I have this many other pages in my code. I don't. These many pages don't exist. Okay, this is all basically generated content that will be using that same exact page to show itself. So I'm telling, basically I have a template, and then I'm telling Gatsby, whenever a user clicks on here, that button is saying, hey Gatsby, go use my template to show all that is in here in that template, and then it would do that, and it would show all this information in this template. And then when I click on here, it will basically say, hey Gatsby, go use that same template, but now show the stuff that is in here in this one, and it does this, and it goes there and it shows this stuff. So that's basically what it is. It's not creating a specific page for every one of these. Okay, and that's what makes things a lot faster and speedier when you use a single page application. Okay, all right. So so now we're going to work on our GraphQL a little bit here to make sure that we can provide the data from all our posts that we have here. We are connected to all of this stuff, to this website here already, and we did that connection just to refresh our mind in our Gatsby config in our plugins. So if we look at, I have all this stuff minified here because I kind of like to keep myself if minified, just if I'm not working with it, just to kind of get it out of my face. So here we are. We're connected to it. Everything is fine, and we know we're connected because we did some connections here. As you can see, they're all connected. These are previous errors that we ran into before. So yeah, so everything works fine. And now we're going to make sure that actually it does work fine. So we're going to create a new query here. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and delete this stuff here. Just see, this is the great thing about this Explorer. I love this Explorer. I love it. You can just click on here and you automatically get rid of all the stuff, just like if you deleted it like that. And see that? It's amazing. I love it. Even if you do this, awesome. Look at that. Awesome. Love it. All right, so we're gonna add a new query. Okay, and we're gonna call this, I don't know, whatever. You know what, let's just even forget that. Let's just forget that. Let's just create a query just like that. Okay, and then now this one, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with so we're gonna look for all WordPress posts. So this is what we want to look for here, all WordPress posts. We're gonna open that up. Okay, this is already adding this my query stuff, so you just call that data, whatever you want to call it. Just data is fine. I don't know why it does that. I hate that. Type name. What is that? What is that even? All WordPress posts. That's all I really wanted. Okay, so all WordPress post. And then in all WordPress post, we're going to open that up, and then from all WordPress posts, we're going to pull from there the nodes, and that should be right here. You can see it right there. So we're going to pull the nodes from there, and you can see that if you're in the right path, it will show the option. Okay, and we're going to open up the nodes, and you can see now that the nodes opened up. Now from the nodes, technically you are already inside all of your WordPress posts, and this nodes basically is just a way to enumerate how many children are inside of all WordPress posts. Each post is a node. Okay, so what are we going to need from them is we're going to need the slug, which you see now I'm getting from there. We're going to need the title. Okay, and then let's just run that for now just to see what we get. And if we hit play, look at this. We got that Apple computer that we created, and that a test for my posts that I created, and all of the ones that I created before with a Faker press are also created here. So I'm getting my slug and I'm getting my title. Okay, that's not enough though. We need to get a little bit more than just that. Okay, but this is just to kind of show us that we're heading in the right direction here. So now that we're here, instead of guessing what the name would be, this is why the Explorer is so great, because you don't have to guess. You can actually look and make a decision and then test it and see, so let's see for this one. Feature media. What if I added that? Yeah, it looks like that's what works. And let me see if I add the author to that, what would that do? Well, right now it just shows me a number. Maybe I don't really need that. So I'm going to take that author out. I don't think I need that. Let's see. What if I added the date? And can I format it? Let's not do formats now, but you can. But let's just work the date. And look at that. It does give me the date. Obviously, that's not really good date format, so you want to format it. But I'm not really interested into the date right now, so we're not going to leave that there. But it just gives you ideas of what you really can get from this. But what you really want from the feature media is going to be the source URL. Now if you want to click on it, there you go. So now you have the actual source URL to the image that you used, and it even shows you a huge huge version of it as well if you hover over it. So this is using which images you use. For this one I used one, and it's called people blah blah blah, animals blah blah blah, like that. So this is all the images that I ended up using for all of my posts. Okay, so we are going to use that. What else we're going to need from here? I don't think we're going to need the link, but yeah, no, I don't think we're actually going to need the link. This is a different way to source out your pages. We're going to be using the slug, and actually this is for the media. We're not going to actually use the source for the actual media. We're going to actually use the image itself, so we're not going to use that link. So we can get rid of this link here. Source URL is pretty much all you're going to need from when it comes to media. The alt text, you could do that. You could ask for the alt text if you want it, but I don't know if it automatically adds it. But see, some of them don't have it, so it's kind of useless to have. But again, you can go through some of this and test on your own and see what what you want to use from it or not. But this is basically what we definitely want to use. So another thing that we want to get from this is obviously the content. Okay, and then we want to get the excerpt as well. So I'll show you what that is. If I can if it shows me content, excerpt, there you go, the excerpt. So the excerpt is basically a short version of your content. So if I click on that, now you can see now that I have my content coming in here in HTML form to here. And then I have my excerpt, which is basically the same thing as my content, but it's smaller. It's a smaller version of my content. It's just like the first few characters or something like that, and it has an ellipse at the end, a dot at the end. So this is good stuff right here. Okay, the content is going to be used primarily inside your template part. It's not going to be used here. This is not content, this is the excerpt. However, the content will be used inside, you know, the inside here, this is the content, this is not the excerpt. Okay, so we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be using this as the title, this as the excerpt, and then this as the image. Okay, all right, so that's all I wanted you to see for right now. I wanted you to see this here, and then in the next videos we're going to start learning how to actually implement it into a blog post listing. Okay, see you in the next one.